Hey friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Uptown Funk as recorded by Bruno Mars on guitar. Now this song uses some classic funky guitar techniques in the sort of playing style of Prince. Now the whole song is really based around two chords, just a D minor to a G7, but I'm going to dive in and take apart some of these guitar parts that are note for note to the recording. And when you're done with this lesson, you'll not only have learned some awesome funk guitar techniques, but you'll also be able to go and play it right along with the recording. But before we dive in, if this is the first video of mine you've seen, I got a gift for you. I put together this awesome fretboard guide that's going to show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. And this is so useful to understand, especially if you want to understand the guitar neck and know how to put parts together like what we're playing in today's video. So I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below to grab your copy as my gift to you. All right, well with that said, let's break it down. Let's break down some of these funky guitar parts to Uptown Funk as recorded by Bruno Mars. Now we're going to start off with the main riff. Now this riff isn't straight up played on guitar, but you should know it because it's really what this whole song is based around. And that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. It's just this 2-bar figure. We start on the note D, and we're going to play that on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the and of 4, we'll play it again, and that's the first measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the second measure goes. Okay, so that's just hammering from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret on the 4th string. And then back to the 3rd fret. Da, da. Then we play the note D again, and then repeat that. Da, da, da. So it's da, da, boom, ba, da, boom. Then we go back to the first measure. So that's what the vocals are singing. That's sort of that main riff at the top. Then the guitar comes in with this sort of Prince-style funk guitar part that sounds like this. So we've got another little 2-bar figure here, and I'm playing what are called double stops. Now, before I explain these double stops, just know that these parts right here are going over a 2-chord chord progression. We're basically going from a D minor 7 to a G7, and that's basically it. The whole time is just D minor 7, G7. So this part here starts on the D minor 7, and it's just like part of the chord, just way up the octave. I'm playing the 13th fret on both the 2nd and 1st strings. I'm gonna go. So that's 4 strums there, down, then an up, down, and then an up. Now I'm using a 16th note rhythm here. 1 E and then on beat 2 I'm resting, and then repeating that again, 3 E and So it's on the first 16th note, and then the last 16th note of beats 1 and 3. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and That's the first bar. Bop, 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 bop. Then we change to, we just change one note here. Instead of 13 and 13, this goes down to 12 and 13. We're going to play a slightly different rhythm. Okay, that's all the same notes, just 12 and 13 for the second measure. But we're going to start off 1 E and so the first and last 16th note of beat 1. 1 E and 2, and then the and of 2. 1 E and 2, and then we'll play on the and of 3. 3 and 4, and just let it ring for the rest of the measure. So 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and bop, 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 bop. Okay, so that's our figure. So it's this shape, and then this shape with those rhythms like this. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so you want to just get used to that rhythm. And again, in my mind, I'm thinking that 16th note pulse, just chicka 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 chicka. All right, now over this riff, you know, once we start the verse, the bum bum ba bum ba bum bum. What we're gonna play is the guitar actually does this figure. It goes 3, 4, and. So we start with a hammer on into that D note, C to D there. Then we come back to C. And then we do on the 4th beat, C, D. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and a bum 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 bum. And then we go da da dun da da da, just like the intro riff, right? So it's just sort of a variation on it. All right, then we go to the girls hit the hallelujah. And what we do to get out of this is we're playing da 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 da, same thing. We play part of that riff, da da da, and then go da da da. That's the girls hit the hallelujah. So that's 2, 3, 5 on the 5th string, or B, C, D. Then from there, we're gonna do this climb where we start out on the note D and we're gonna play on the upbeats until the last note. Here's what it sounds like. 3 and 4 and 1. All right, so what I played was I started on the note D, then went to D sharp, then E, but I dropped the octave on this. So I go down to that 6th string. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and then I keep climbing up, resting. The pattern is basically rest and then play a note, rest and then play a note, rest and then play a note. Go all the way up, every fret, till you get to the last 2 frets. You go 9, 10, and you just hit them back to back. That's 4 and 1. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's the don't believe me, just watch. So right there, we've got that big climb, and that's how we get into the chorus. Then when we hit the chorus, we go back to... All right, so this is the part for the chorus, and what I'm playing is just that same intro figure, the 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. We just alternate that. We're gonna play that 4 times. Now in the 4th time, we're gonna cut it a little short. So we're gonna be playing 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2 and then instead of going 3 and 4 and, we're gonna drop down here and go. And this is the don't believe me, just watch. We're playing this part with the horns. And you know, the drums is ba-da-da-da-da-da. This drum's just hitting this figure with us too. And what we're doing is playing the notes C and F here. It looks like part of a D chord. It's part of really a D7 sharp 9 kind of sound here, or D minor. I'm playing the 5th fret of the 3rd string and then the 6th fret of the 2nd string. I'm just gonna go back and forth with my strum hand. I'm gonna play it 6 times here. 3E and a 4E and a, starts on the and a 3. Ba 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 ba. 1, 2, 3 and a 4E and a 1. 2 and 3 and a 4E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4E and a. So 6 strums there. We'll do the figure a total of 4 times. So coming out of the chorus. Here we go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last time. And then it's just a break there. Then we go back to, you know, just the riff again. Then the guitar comes in with verse 2. And everything goes again. Now, in the very end, there's a lot of kind of funky guitar parts, you know, kind of stuff like that where you hear, but essentially the basic idea is that sort of Prince style, you know, double stops and moving between a D minor 7 and a G7. Take your time with those funky guitar parts, and remember, it's really all about developing that 16th note sort of feel. So you're taking one beat and you're splitting it into 4 parts. That's why we say 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and that helps you just get the groove into your body and you start developing the feel of the music, which is so important. And to help you put this together even more, be sure to pick up my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. And it's just a great system for learning the knack. And I think about this when I'm playing anything on guitar. And I want to give it to you completely for free for checking out this video and spending some time with me today. All you have to do is go to johnmclennan.com/fretboardguide or use the first link down below to grab your copy. Next, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment and let me know your #1 song that you would like to see me teach here next on the channel. As always, thanks for your support here with the videos, and we'll catch you in another one real soon.